A very good evening to all the wonderful participants who have joined us today. Uh, a hearty welcome to the session. And you can see the name of the session on my face, a happy classroom. I believe today's session is going to be very happy for each one of us because it's all about happy classroom. And we should remember one thing, if the classroom is not happy, children are not going to be happy. And if our children are not happy with our teaching, that means we are failing as a facilitator. So today we have Mrs. Shobha Vijayan. Ma'am is based in Bhopal. She's a PGT math teacher who is going to give wonderful insights to all of us about Happy Classroom. She is the resource person of SNTTC. So the screen is all yours, ma'am. I am eagerly waiting to listen to you.
Thank you, sir. A very good evening to all the happy people who have joined here in my happy classroom. Warm welcome to each one of you. I very sincerely wish to thank my mentor, Ravikant sir, for providing this platform to share my ideas and experiences with everyone, especially the teaching community. So, as the as sir has introduced, my name is Shobha Vijayan. I am working as a mathematics teacher in St. Xavier's Senior School, Bhopal. Before I start, I would like to make a humble request to all of you to keep your mics on mute. It is only to avoid the unnecessary distractions. Of course, it doesn't mean that you all are not allowed to speak. Rather, I want all of you to be active participants. Kindly raise your hand, unmute yourself, and speak one at a time so that we can listen to everyone's contribution. I especially respect everybody's contribution and I look forward for it. So let us dive into our topic, that is Happy Classroom. So today's focus areas would be: what is a happy classroom? Why it is necessary? Who should work on it? I hope my screen is visible. Is my screen being shared properly?
Yes, you can continue.
Okay. So our focus areas are going to be: what is a happy classroom, why it is necessary, who should work on to make it, and what should we do to get it done. So let us begin with what is a happy classroom. This topic, I am sure everybody will agree that it is given due importance in the new education policy, and we have started listening to it very often when the physical classes resumed after the COVID lockdown. I'm sure you all agree to this. Out of my inquisitiveness, I tried to find out actually what do people expect out of us, we educators, I mean. So I had a discussion with so many different people, and I have tried to put down according to their perspective. Parents believe, the first point says, that a happy classroom is a positive, inclusive, and engaging space. Whereas when we speak to the students, they say that it is a place where students feel safe, valued, and motivated. We teachers believe where development of emotional well-being takes place. And if you speak to the psychologists or counselors, they say that it is a place where we see feeling of contentment, satisfaction, and fulfillment. So all these points together make a happy classroom. I'm sure everybody believes this, and all of you agree to it, right? Dear educators, I would like your interactions to take place. I'll be very happy.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Now, what comes into our mind is, why is this notion of happy classroom has emerged all of a sudden? I would like to invite your thoughts on it. Why do you think it is important? Why it has become so crucial and prevalent in today's teaching learning process? I would like to listen to your thoughts as well, ma'am. Can anybody come up?
Ma'am, can I go?
Sure, ma'am.
Ma'am, a happy classroom is required for the child to enjoy what he's learning. And when they are ready, they're in that good mood to learn. They will be able to capture the concepts. They will listen to you more attentively and also be more interactive in the classroom.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you are so true. It means they need a happy environment,
Yes.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else who has any other?
They should be ready. They should be ready for learning.
Yeah, it is true. So just let us try to compare it with the classrooms of olden days. What is the major difference we see? Or let me give you an example. Assume that there is a student who is very active, influential, having very good leadership qualities, who is very good at teamwork, manages the team well. One day, when he comes to the classroom, he finds that his seat is taken away by some other child. Now, what would be his reaction? What would be his emotional state? Can anybody? Let us assume our own classroom. What could be the reaction of the child as he enters into the class? Anyone, ma'am?
A child who is having no confidence, he shows disinterest, basically, who would not want to be a part of the classroom. Like we have seen many children like this in our own classroom. When they feel let down, when they don't have when they are not even given the attention, they feel we are not cared for in a classroom. They think because these are the things that we listen every day. It might not come to us directly, but indirectly, it is being told to us on a daily basis that the child is being ignored and he does not feel like coming to the school, neither enter the classroom. He is not ready to learn.
Ma'am, I mean to say that what would be the child who is supposed to come and sit on his place, and when he enters, he finds that his seat is taken away by somebody else. Some other child has come and sat on his seat. So how would he be reacting?
Ma'am, may I speak?
Yeah.
Ma'am, the child will be disturbed and he will not give his best in the class because he will have something in his mind that now my seat is changed. I am not sitting on that seat. Means it will disturb his mind basically. And he will not respond in that way in which he was responding earlier. So his confidence will be loose now.
You are absolutely right, ma'am. What I meant to ask is what would be the emotion of the child when he comes and sees that his, we can say the seat can be considered as his property. He will start feeling that it is his own property and it is taken away by somebody else by the time he entered the class. So,
maybe he gets angry, ma'am. He will
yes.
get anger. There's an anger that comes immediately.
Today's classroom, it is very, very, means it is seen almost for every small thing. If the child starts feeling that it is his own, then the first thing that he's going to react is, hey, how are you sitting on my bench? Right? Yeah, that is a kind of anger. Now, what means if we imagine the same situation in the olden days, then what would have been the response of the child?
The response of the child in the older days would have been like, okay, I'll find another seat. That is what we did when we were growing up. Okay, fine.
So true, ma'am. So true.
Generations are changing, ma'am. So are the moods of the children.
Very, very correct. Very correct. Anybody has any other view? I would like to listen to that as well.
At the same time, it happens that section wise also, if we see the senior students, then senior students, they will take it very in a simple way, they will change their own places. Whereas if we talk about the smaller kids,
Yeah.
they will surely be angry or uncomfortable if someone else will take their seat.
True, ma'am. That is, you have almost said it is absolutely correct. What I feel is the emotions, in olden days, the response means the emotion might be the same. He would have been angry. The child, when he comes and sees that his seat has been taken away, he might become happy. But the reaction will not be the same as what the child of today reacts as. Right? He would have suppressed his emotions. In the olden days, the suppression was easy. Why? What was the difference in that time and today's world, I should say?
Like just now, somebody said, yeah, we were more social and
Yeah,
more,
correct.
it was more social, and there were so many things. The way I do not know whether I am right in saying this. We were most of the times left out. Our upbringing was like we were left free, do whatever you want, go wherever. Even if we came back home, maybe yes, we got those 2 slaps, but still, our parents trusted us somewhere that,
Yes.
my child. But today, the children are living in closed homes. They are not let out. Even, we see, for example, we say while crossing the road, we hold our children's hand. I think so. Those days we just ran across. Of course, the times have changed because of the heavy traffic, the way the world around us, and also we were, in a mode of exploring. Today we don't find children exploring outside, but we find children exploring inside on their mobile sets, on their TVs, on their laptops.
Very true, ma'am. Very true. Actually, what
Maybe,
has
ma'am, I would like to add here,
yeah,
if you allow.
yes, ma'am.
I would like to add here, like emotional ventilators were more available in the earlier days. Today, working parents are there, so children do not get
Absolutely,
much
ma'am.
time.
You are very, very true. You are true. Actually, during those days, actually, they were means the people, even the students, children were led by specific societal norms. They knew their rigid roles. Maybe, as you said, because of the lack of platform to express themselves, the reaction of particular emotions were very, very different from what we see today. Today, what has happened, social openness has increased. Today, people are encouraged to talk about their feelings. Technology gives easy ways to share, and it also helps to seek support. Then, cultural values have shifted. Earlier in the olden days, we used to believe silence is strength. Now, what has happened to it? I should say, sharing is healing. It has become the new fund, actually. Right. So, basically, the emotions may remain the same, but the response, the reaction, the way it is expressed has changed drastically. It is all due to the modern lifestyle, values they are getting, technological advancements, and all. So, I would say that is the actual need of a happy classroom. We need to create a happy environment to first make them happy so that what is being imparted to them can be received by them in the correct manner. So, coming to the need of happy classroom, the happiness in the environment actually helps them to learn. It enhances learning. When students feel comfortable and encouraged, they are more engaged. They can retain the information. They will have improved memory and understanding. So, naturally, it enhances learning. It encourages creativity. Happy environment allows students to be more imaginative and creative. They can express their thoughts freely. Uh, Positivity actually promotes innovation and critical thinking. Thirdly, it supports mental health. Mental health is as important as academics. I'm sure everybody agree with me. Happy classroom supports emotional well-being, giving students a space to grow, express themselves, and feel secure. Right? It reduces the stress and anxiety among the children. It helps to build confidence and emotional safety among the children. So, in a way, happy classroom is what helps them mentally, and a mentally healthy child is able to learn the things more quickly. Coming to the fourth point, it builds stronger relationships. Positive emotions in the classroom lead to stronger connections with each other. It is very it encourages mutual respect and empathy. When students feel seen and respected by the teachers, they connect better not only with the peers but with the teacher as well, so that a teacher-student bond can be created. It helps in collaboration and teamwork, and the actual classroom becomes the true community, what we actually want the classroom to be. It also reduces the behavioral issues. It is seen that in the classroom where positive emotions are all around, automatically the disruptions and distractions reduces. It leads to natural discipline. Students would be more cooperative, eager to participate in the classroom activities. They will take up the responsibility of being self-disciplined, self-control. Right? Academic success, but also for shaping the life skills and the personal development of the child. But when we speak about happiness, most of the children take it as a pleasure. Pleasure and happiness are totally different. This is something that we should understand as well as make the children understand. So, what is the difference? Pleasure and happiness. As you see here, pleasure is something which is momentary, it is immediate, fleeting sense of pleasure, having just a good time. It values money, fame, status, desire, and all. But what is happiness? Happiness is something which is more deeper and more enduring state of mind. It is long-term, long-term feeling, deep sense of fulfillment. It is living a good life, whereas pleasure is having a good time. It is focused on others, self-transcendental. It values on the relationships, personal growth, etc. Right? So we will say that pleasure is simply hedonic well-being, which focuses on happiness and pleasure attainment, which is triggered by basically by the external things. Like if small child is given a chocolate, the child becomes happy. But that happiness is a pleasure that the child is getting. It is not the true happiness that we are talking about. Right? It is a sensory experience actually. Like let us come to more higher classes. If a child, suppose a child is failing by just 1 mark, and the child becomes very unhappy. If out of generosity, the teacher looks into the paper once again, says that yes, you have done, the presentation of your answer is very good, so I can give half marks for this, gives half mark and round it up so that the child passes. The child becomes very happy. But that happiness is not what we are actually talking about. That happiness comes under pleasure, right? It is a momentary thing which will fleet. So happiness is what we feel when we feel satisfied and fulfilled. It is a feeling of contentment, a feeling that yes, my life is just as what it should be. That is what is happiness, and that is what we are actually speaking of. Children at their stage may not understand it very well. They believe that they need pleasure, and they define pleasure as the happiness they see because it is momentary, right? So pleasure is hedonic well-being, which focuses on happiness and pleasure attainment, whereas happiness is eudaimonic well-being, which results in striving towards meaningful and purposeful potential and self-realization. So what is this hedonic and eudaimonic well-being? If we come to that, you will observe that hedonic well-being means having pleasure, comfort, and relaxation. That's it. It actually happens when a hormone called dopamine is secreted. It gives a pleasure, but that is momentary. Whereas eudaimonic well-being means when you get a meaning and purpose of life, when you feel a personal growth, self-actualization. It is due to the release of serotonin. Right? So the serotonin is something is something which is released in the brain. Whereas serotonin is something which is released not only in the brain, in other parts of the body as well. It actually gives the sensation of fulfillment. So we must ensure that the happiness that we are trying to inculcate into the classroom is actually the happiness and not simply the pleasure. Right. So then the question comes is, who is responsible for bringing happiness into the classroom? Is it only the teachers? No, certainly not. It is actually the collective responsibility of teachers, students, parents, as well as counselors. Do you agree with me, teachers? I would like to listen to your thoughts in this regard. Can the happiness in the classroom be brought only by the teachers? Yes, ma'am.
Say no, ma'am. I would say no, it is not only from the teacher's end. Just think, a child comes from the house itself upset.
Correct.
There it begins that his happiness is gone. Because many of the children, when we see they come into school, you know there is some disturbance in the child. So yes, to a certain extent we are responsible, but the complete, responsibility does not lie on the teachers.
Yeah.
And of course, as a counselor also, a counselor to a certain extent can guide the child to get over it, to come over it. But for some children, it stays in the mind for the whole day. It does not stop just with the morning. It continues till the end of the day, depending upon how hard he has been hit.
Correct, ma'am. You are so true. If the child in the morning is not coming with a positive mindset, naturally he is not going to remain happy. And because of his unhappiness, that would be spread in the classroom as well. So there the parents were responsible. If the parents are not doing their part, then naturally that happiness in the classroom will not be attained to the fullest. So what I feel is all the four category of the people, that is teachers, students, parents, counselors, everybody is collectively responsible to bring about happiness in the classroom. Teachers can set a tone of the classroom by creating positive environment. She can adapt her teaching style to inclusive teaching. She can adapt. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Sharda ma'am wants to say something. Sharda ma'am. Okay. So it is not only the teachers. What students can do, they have to contribute by showing active participation in the class, showing respect to the teachers as well as with the peers. Being kind and inclusive, being responsible for their behavior, being self-disciplined, all this is the responsibility of the student to bring about happiness in the classroom. Parents, as ma'am said, they can provide a nurturing home environment which encourages children to come to the school with a positive mindset, which is very, very important for the happiness in the class. Parents can encourage the students without pressurizing them. They can support the school rules, emphasize the importance of values even in the house. So the child would be coming with that positive mindset to the class, and then the happiness that he is going to attain will be of different level, right? Along with the parents, even the counselors, as ma'am said, they can identify the emotional psychological issues, provide guidance and support. They can help the students align the academic journey with their personal strengths. They can conduct sessions for stress management, peer pressure, self-esteem, etc. This everyone is equally responsible. But at the same time, I feel the teachers has to begin with it. It is because we teachers have a crucial role to play here. Our role is really crucial in making the classroom happy. So what do you think the role of a teacher is? Number one, being approachable and empathetic. Would anybody like to put up their thoughts how being approachable and empathetic helps bringing happiness into the classroom? A simple warm smile, that is enough. When you enter the classroom with a warm smile, the students feel comfortable and welcomed. Right? Ask open-ended questions. Show interest in the students by listening to what they're saying. Keep a proper eye contact while speaking to them. Right? Understanding their feelings and perspectives. Even if you don't agree, show that you trust them. And then the child will feel like, yes, this teacher is somebody who understands me. I can approach this teacher anytime with any of my difficulties. So this is one of the major things we must be sure of. Secondly, encourage participation and creativity in the classroom. Earlier, it used to be teacher-centered. Now, it is true that we have brought about the change in that, and it has now become student-centered. So what we can do is we need to show, as they are participating, showing their creativity, we need to be supportive. Let them know you are available there for everything that they are doing. Like it happens that sometimes their perspective may not be the something which we agree with, but we need to tackle it with such means we must be generous enough and make the student feel that yes, what he is doing is accepted, and the teacher shows trust in the child. So that is very, very important, right? Sometimes we can involve the students in creating the classroom rules. This will foster the sense of ownership. Incorporate the group discussions, project, etc., making learning more enjoyable and relevant. We can provide opportunities to the students to explore their interests and pursue their passion. This is something which students really like. Right? Now, coming to the third point, we must use humor and storytelling. Utilize every opportunity to use humor inside the classroom. After all, who doesn't want to laugh? Right, teacher? I hope everybody agree to it. Tell a joke, a funny story, or some unforgettable experience. Try not to take the thing seriously all the time. That is the thing. Whatever subject you teach, you can relate it to some real life situation or some light-hearted stories. It will make the classroom more engaging. So we must make sure that your classroom is not monotonous, very serious, right? Coming to the fourth point, we need to give constructive feedbacks. Very important. Do not underestimate the power of praise. Children love to be told that they are awesome. Isn't it, teachers? What do you say about it? You just say very good in front of the whole class. You have done a good job. You will find the happiness, the twinkle in their eyes, right? Or just make an announcement to the rest of the class that yes, this child has done something different. That is enough. Instead of highlighting what is wrong, do the opposite. Have their good behavior stand out. And that is all what we need to provide constructive feedback. Instead of highlighting the wrong, if we even the child who is very naughty and has more wrong things to be seen with, even then you will find at least one or two good things in him. Just highlight that. You will find that the student wants that kind of attention and they will work hard to get it. And it is the easiest method to control a notorious child. Right? So this is something that we can do to bring about happiness and get the attention of the students. Now, what are the key elements of a happy classroom? Firstly, positive teacher-student relationship. Right? How can we attain positive teacher-student relationship? Anybody would like to say something? If you know do you all remember the names of each of the child in your class? Is that easy?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Anybody?
Good evening, ma'am. It is the very previous slide which you have shared that the teacher has to be approachable and empathetic.
Correct.
When the teacher is approachable and empathetic, 100% there will be a positive relation between a teacher and student. This is what I believe.
Yes, ma'am. You are so true. Now, how can means approachable? With the approach, even the child should feel that the teacher is
Yes.
concentrating.
Yeah. With approachable, I would suggest. I think that when the teacher is happy, when the teacher herself or himself is positive, the other party, the other candidate, the person who is in front it can be anyone. It's not especially student. It can be a colleague. It can be anyone. Can think, okay, this is the one who can solve my, if not solving my problem, at least sometimes they only require someone to listen to their problems.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
You are so true. Actually, we must invest some time to get to know the students.
yes, so because
Make an
many a
effort to-
times, yes, ma'am, because many a times what happens is ki we do spend our 40 minutes and we go by, and each and every child is struggling inner battle and we don't know.
Yeah.
So we have to be like very much empathetic. We should know why the child is not smiling, why the child is not participating. Instead of just neglecting, if we are approaching to the child also, they also know ki yes, this is the one, this teacher is the one who is observing so closely to me. So they do respect such kind of teachers also, and you will not believe, ma'am. A few days back, only like before the holidays began,
Yeah.
We had a survey in our school ki which teachers you like the most or something like this we had, and the most notorious students, they come up with the most disciplined teachers who
Yeah, it's
every
so
time,
true.
who every time used to scold them, every time used to tell them about the discipline, and they came out ki we like that teacher because somewhere they know that this discipline, this is a person who is instilling discipline in us. So
Yeah.
all these things
They
happen.
actually notice that the teacher is keeping an eye. That teacher is
Yes,
taking an interest
yes,
in me. That
yes,
thought is there in the child's mind. It is
yes.
very true, ma'am. You have correctly noted it. Actually, we should make some effort to know. It is true that it is not possible in the 40 minutes of the period, 40, 45 minutes. It is not possible. But we should, in between the classroom, we can notice, if not inside the classroom, sometimes when you find the child outside, in the assembly line, when we come across, during the lunch break, when we may pass by, the child is passing by, we can just have a few minutes to talk to this child. You will not believe that the child feels so much. He feel a kind of what to say. He would be so
And
happy,
for
so
this,
much happy that yes, he feels
yes,
comfortable.
and for this, I believe like as a teacher, we all should know the names of the child
Correct, very
because
true.
they do find the respect if we are addressing them with the names. Otherwise, the girl standing at the back or the boy sitting beside him, जब हम ऐसे बोलते हैं तो they do feel humiliated also, और जब हम उनका नाम लेके बोलते हैं तो they do feel that respect, they have that direct connect. So
Yes, it is true, ma'am. Sometimes it even happens that we don't go to the classroom at all, but we know some of the child, like we might have noticed their name
yes, yes,
somewhere. And while walking in the corridor, suppose you come across a child, and if you take the name of that child, you will
yes,
see the happiness in their eyes.
yes,
Actually, they
yes,
feel so happy that yes,
true,
this teacher is noticing me. That
yes,
is something which the child actually wants. Right. So it is something that should be there. It is not possible all of a sudden, and this making up of this rapport, teacher-student relationship is not cannot be done in a month or in a week or a month. It may take months together, it may take half a year, but we must be patient about it and keep on doing our part of making this relationship more and more uh, right. So then coming to the next point is engaging and interactive teaching. So how can this be done? Encouraging and interactive teaching. How can this be done?
Ma'am, can I go here?
Yeah.
We believe in inclusive classrooms.
Sure. Correct.
And we come across many children where they have a little bit of learning issues. Either it can be minimal, either it can be maximum. And I have seen such children who find it very difficult. Yes, they feel a little bit, less confidence in them to speak up in a whole classroom because they feel what they're going to say is right because they're not able to either express the right thoughts. The thoughts are the right, they have the right things, but when it comes to expression, they don't go. And that is the time when we say, go ahead and speak. Don't worry whether it is right or wrong. We are here. Don't bother who is around you going to laugh because the ones who are going to laugh are not your teachers. I mean, are not going to help you, but here we are there. So come out and speak. So we encourage them, whether it is right or wrong, let's give a listening ear. And there are times when a child gets scared to speak when somebody else out of the comfort zone comes to meet them. So that is the time when we give the child the confidence, especially you give the class your the confidence. Whatever you say, I stand with you. Whether it's right or wrong, I am there. I'm there to explain out to them also and to correct you also. So give them that confidence. Don't worry. We are there to back you up. That's
Okay,
where
yes.
it comes in.
It actually means the child should actually feel that you trust them. That is what is actually needed. We can also, usually what happens, teachers set the rules and decide how things should go inside the classroom. That is also there. Students rarely get a chance to make choices for themselves. So that is what I had mentioned, give choices to the students. So if we allow the students to have a say in what or how they would like to learn a particular thing, and let us go for it for the children once or twice, what will happen? It will give, means the students will start feeling that yes, this teacher listens to us. She has a kind of what do you say, a kind of what would you say?
Please repeat what you said, ma'am.
When you start giving the students certain responsibilities, the children start feeling, yes, the teacher is having trust on us. So they feel that the teacher is having a kind of attachment with the child, with the children.
Yes.
So they feel that, yes, this teacher is someone who is taking care of us, who listens to us, who is taking care of the things to be done in our perspective, and so on. And that is what is the today's child needs. Right? Then coming to the third point, safe and inclusive environment. This is, as ma'am said just now, we must share respect, trust, and admiration. Allow open communication with the children. Right? So this is something that is very, very important for the classroom to be a happy place where the students would be interested to sit and learn something. Then the most important is this fourth point, celebrating small wins. It is like appreciating and make feel them important. Inject some humor and fun while teaching. Allow refreshing playtime to rejuvenate. Now, playtime is something which everybody may not be agreeing with. Is it so? Refreshing playtime is very important in child's development. Do you agree with it? It actually breaks monotony. That is why I believe that little refreshing time must be given. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
If means learning best can be there when their brains are given a little rest in between. Right? So now, of course, there is time for everything, and too much of everything is bad. The thing is, we should know the right time when to play, how the gamifications can be brought about in a classroom. It is not necessary that it should go out of the topic. We can form some games and bring about the teaching through the games also. So, and children would be very happy doing it. They will not even know that they are studying something or learning something, and they will automatically learn what we are planning to give them. Right? So, that is what we believe the key elements of a happy classroom is. So, there lies a great responsibility with the teachers. Now, teachers must teach the pathways to the happiness, being the role model themselves. So they themselves need to be happy. Children, we talk about happy classroom, happy child all the time, but we ourselves need to be happy. We are the role models. We need to Become the role models for learning. Laugh at yourself, persist, have fun, be creative, learn from even the children, grow, stretch out yourself. This will automatically enable happiness. Then you become happy. It is somebody had told earlier. It is naturally that if you are happy, the one in front of you naturally becomes happy. It is actually contagious, I should say, right? So, what are the happiness pathways to happiness that we are supposed to teach the child by being role model? We must teach them the values of gratitude, forgiveness, optimism. Anything else you can come up with? Empathy, right? Respecting diversities. These are some of the values that we can show, become the role models. Students will start liking it and they will automatically grasp it into their actions. So that is what we need to do, right? Secondly, observe happiness continue yourself and enable happiness around. What is this happiness continuum? Anybody? It is a three-pointer rule. We can say, what is happiness continuum? What are the 3 points? Satisfaction about the past, happiness for the present, and optimism about the future. Remember these 3 points, if we keep in our mind, we are naturally going to be happy. This happiness continuum we are supposed to observe and show it through our actions to everybody around us. You will have to believe that it is going to spread out to the surroundings. Right? So this is something that is a great responsibility. Our children must be groomed necessarily because they are the future of the nation, the citizens of tomorrow. So we need to groom them into the correct child, correct personality. So it becomes a great responsibility for the teachers. So we are supposed to be the role models and spread the happiness around to make everybody happy, right? So let us recapitulate how we can go for it. Greet with a smile, make connections with the students, listen to the students, show your listening skill. Be honest and supportive every time. This is something which the child looks for. Display a sense of humor and appreciate them generously. So if you are going to show these points, these 6 points, if you are going to get it inside your personality, you will observe that the students would be attracted to you. They will not even go to their class teachers to express themselves. You will observe them coming up to you for each and every small thing. And this is something which is going to give us very good feelings. Right? So finally, I would like to emphasize that we need to focus on the feelings in the classroom, not just on the content. Thank you so much. This is all that I have to deliver. I will be happy if you have something from your side. I would like to listen to your thoughts, your feedbacks.
Ma'am, can you stop screen sharing, please? Yes. Dear participants, we are sharing the link of our webinar group in the chat. So those who are not in our webinar group can join the webinar group so that you can stay updated about the sessions which are being conducted on daily basis from the end of SNTTC. I have just now shared the link in the chat box. Now, are there any queries? which you people would like to ask the resource person, we would be very much happy to listen to your queries and clarify them. Okay, no queries. We would really appreciate if someone can come forward and give you valuable feedback to the resource person so that she can use it for her improvement in the upcoming sessions. Yes.
Definitely. Definitely. Someone should come up with the feedbacks as well.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I I would like to say that the session was very interesting and very informative, but at the same time, we can put in more how a teacher can be more of a counselor than just being a teacher. Can be more of a, so not a counselor, more of a mentor in the classroom rather than just being a teacher in the classroom. Because when we say teacher, there is a different kind of this thing, reaction from the children. But when you say I'm a mentor in the classroom, the reaction is very different. They are more open to do things on their own and move forward. When we are mentoring them, we give them the opportunity to work on their own rather than just giving our own inputs. This is all I would like to just share with you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for this feedback.
Thank you
I
so much,
think-
ma'am. Yeah,
Welcome.
we really appreciate. Yes. And thank you so much, Vijaya, Shobha ma'am, for coming up with such a wonderful topic. Happy Classroom has always been a topic which was loved by people, and it's very much visible today because we have had constantly 100 participants, Shobha ma'am. So today the screen was filled. So it definitely speaks how interesting the topic is, and congratulations to you for that. And thank you, participants, for joining us. We are looking forward to have you all in the upcoming sessions as well. Now, before that, we have few important announcements. There are many language teachers out there. Am I right? I myself am a language teacher. I teach English language at school. There are many language teachers, regional languages, Hindi and English teachers, and French teachers, German teachers sitting here. At any point of time, not once, but several times in our career, we get to hear that children are not performing very well in our language. And children are struggling with speaking, basically the LSRW skills, especially speaking and writing, like being very active skills among the LSRW skills. What do we say? Several times language teachers are criticized. So SNTTC have been providing several courses for aspiring teachers, which includes train the trainer course, phonics course, remediation courses, handwriting courses. So we have come up with a very, significant course, which is the language teacher training course, which is going to start from tomorrow. And the people who wish to join for this particular course can enroll for the course. You can directly message me. And uh, what do we say? What are we going to cover in this particular course is that, as in, how creatively can we teach, what do we say, prose, poetry, grammar, and vocabulary of different languages. I would like to mention it again, it is not just about English language. It's about all languages, whether you are a Telugu teacher or a Hindi teacher or an Arabic teacher, whichever language you teach. How creatively and what type of procedure has to be followed to ensure that the language which you are teaching is properly reaching the students in the classroom. This is a 1 month course wherein we have classes every 2 days in a week, every Tuesday and Thursday from 8:30 to 9:30. At the end of the course, you will be also receiving your, certificate that you have pursued this 1 month course, which is of nearly 10 hours of CBP. And it's time that I also screen you people. I also give you information about how to grab a certificate for this particular webinar. So, as you know, SNTTC is open to share the knowledge and everyone can join our webinar. There is no particular rules and regulations for joining. There is no registration for joining. However, if you want to grab a certificate for the webinar that you attend, you need to pay 50 rupees towards the certificate charges. And I'm sharing the number over here, 990-892-5730. It's 990-892-5730. Those who wish to grab a certificate need to send 50 rupees to this particular number through GPay, PhonePe, and Paytm, and send the screenshot. Kindly listen to me carefully. Send the screenshot of your payment along with your complete name as you want on the certificate to the okay. And I want you to listen to me carefully once again. Your certificates will be sent to you people maximum by tomorrow morning after 12 hours. Kindly expect your certificates only after 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, or else by evening tomorrow by this time, because certificates are to be individually generated for each participant. Okay, so you will be getting tomorrow in the morning after 8 a.m. only by evening. Okay, that's how it is. And I have already shared my number. Those who wish to join the language teacher training course can, approach me through that particular number. And also those who want certificate can use the same number to send your screenshot. Number 990-892-5730. Yeah. Thank you one and all. Looking forward to have you all in our upcoming sessions. Those who haven't joined a webinar group can join our webinar group through the link that has been given. Thank you one and all. Good night. Thank you, Shobha ma'am. The session was indeed a wonderful one. Keep up the good work, and we are willing to have much more sessions from your end like this in future. Lots of appreciations from SNTT.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.